Roosevelt, do solemnly swear.
I, Dwight D. Eisenhower, do solemnly swear.
I, Barack Hussein Obama, do solemnly swear.
I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution.
The Constitution of the United States. So help me God.
Our first article today is from usnews.com, and it headlined, Supreme Court holds off ruling on Trump plan to block immigrants from census count. The Supreme Court on Friday punted on President Donald Trump's directive to exclude immigrants living in the country illegally from the 2020 census count, ruling that the resolution of the case is premature. In an unsigned majority opinion, the High Court held off ruling on the merits of the case, which critics argue would have a chilling effect on immigrants and a major impact on the apportionment of U.S. House districts. Friday's ruling leaves the door open for the Trump administration to still exclude some immigrants from the count. Consistent with our determination that standing has not been shown and that the case is not ripe, we express no view on the merits of the constitutional and related statutory claims presented. We hold only that they are not suitable for adjudication at this time, they added. Friday's decision comes several weeks after oral arguments on a case that would likely affect the apportionment of House districts. Critics argued that the exclusion of some people from the count would dilute the number of congressional members for states with large numbers of immigrants in the country illegally. The decennial questionnaire also helps determine funding for states. The census has never excluded counting such people to determine the number of House seats each state gets. The Constitution stipulates in Article 1, Section 2, Clause 3, the number of representatives shall not exceed one for every 30,000, but each state shall have at least one representative. The Constitution goes on to say in Amendment 14, Section 2, representatives shall be apportioned among the several states according to their respective numbers, counting the whole number of persons in each state, including Indians not taxed. But when the right to vote at any election for the choice of electors for president and vice president of the United States, representatives in Congress, the executive and judicial officers of a state, or the members of the legislature thereof, is denied to any of the male inhabitants of such state, being 21 years of age and citizens of the United States, or in any way abridged, except for participation in rebellion or other crime. The basis of representation therein shall be reduced in the proportion which the number of such male citizens shall bear to the whole number of male citizens 21 years of age in such state. Now, we go back here and look. It literally talks about how anyone 21 years of age, as long as they are a citizen of the United States and don't participate in rebellion, or other crime. Of course, rebellion and other crime would be that of being an illegal citizen in the United States. So, in fact, Trump has a point here, where normally our census, the one that we just took here during this year, if you are not documented, if you are not a member, a citizen of the United States, then it does not apply to you, and we should not add them into, this is my opinion, we should not add them into the count to determine the number of House of Representatives that each state has. And this is the point Trump is trying to make. The Constitution provides for proportional representation in the U.S. House of Representatives, and the seats in the House are apportioned based on state population according to the constitutionally mandated census. And that is exactly what we just had this past year. Representation based on population in the House was one of the most important components of the Federal Constitutional Convention of 1787, and that's where our Constitution stands at that point. The article goes on to say, Trump's legal team couldn't definitively say how the directive would alter the count, noting during arguments that the administration hadn't yet determined whether all people living in the country illegally would be excluded or just a smaller subset. Once again, this is an article from U.S. News, and it is titled, Supreme Court Holds Off Ruling on Trump Plan to Block Immigrants from Census Count. Each one of us have our own perspective on these issues, and each perspective is valuable.
We are richly blessed to bring you what we believe is the fullest, most diverse, yet up-to-date progressive teachings, discussion, and prayer programming you can find anywhere on this planet. Be sure to take the tour of the MessianicLambRadio.com website. I'm Susan Hoogie, thanking you for joining us on the Messianic Lamb Video Network.
Roosevelt, do solemnly swear.
I, Dwight D. Eisenhower, do solemnly swear.
I, Barack Hussein Obama, do solemnly swear.
That I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution.
The Constitution of the United States. So help me God.